Good morning, everybody. It's Dan and Jack again. We are going to do something a little bit different today again, and people have been talking to us a lot about, they know we eat a plant-based diet, and they're like, what do you guys eat? And so we have a awesome thing that we do once in a while on Sunday mornings when it's decent outside. We're going to go out and do yard work like today. It is December 2nd in Cleveland, but it's going to be up in the high 50s, and we got a whole bunch of leaves waiting for us to come and fix them up. You excited about those leaves?
No.
But it's pretty cool. In order to do that, though, we need a nice, big, awesome breakfast full of protein and fiber to get us through until lunch. So, this is something that we call Hangry Herman's Herbivorous Hardcore Sunday Morning Sandwich, if you can handle that. So we're going to show you guys how to make an awesome plant-based Dagwood type of sandwich that is amazing, that has all kind of great, awesome things, and hopefully you guys like it and give it a try. I'm going to go ahead and hand the camera over to Jack, and he's going to take over. I did forget one thing to get out, so I'm going to get one more thing out real quick before we start here, and that is, of course, the ever-important Trader Joe's plant-based kale, cashew, and basil pesto. Awesome on a breakfast sandwich, or anything else for that matter. So what we did here is we went ahead and pre-cooked the hash browns. You gotta have hash browns if you're gonna make an awesome hardcore sandwich. So they are just about done. I'm gonna take these out. Come on in here so you can see these. These are Trader Joe's hash browns. Pretty awesome. I mean, they're available. You can get hash browns from anywhere. This is the box. Overall, $1.99 for a big tray of them. Not incredibly healthy food, but when you add it with lots of other whole grains and good stuff, it's pretty good. So with these, so we're going to talk a little bit about plant-based cheeses. Get all these here in the shot. Just kind of scan around now. I had already put on some of this. Let me show you how this works. This is Follow Your Heart. This is Follow Your Heart Parmesan shredded cheese. This stuff is awesome. It very much simulates Parmesan cheese, and it is plant-based. The thing about plant-based cheeses is they mostly are made of coconut oil, so they can have a little bit of saturated fat, but not all the bad baggage that comes with dairy. So as you can see here, I did sprinkle some of that on. It melts very good, just like real cheese. Hey, they're done. It melts pretty much like real cheese. We like our hash browns nice and crispy, especially when we put them on breakfast sandwiches. And so I just wanted to kind of show you how this works. It's really good stuff. There's other cheeses here as well. Follow Your Heart, also makes Pepper Jack, which is one of my favorites. Jack just likes the American, and that's this one. This is one made by Chow. I don't have the wrapper. It's basically the same nutrition. They're all pretty much basically the same. It, again, is made out of coconut oil. This is a tomato cayenne that Chow makes. This is probably my favorite vegan cheese or plant-based cheese ever. It is amazing. You can see they have lots of good spices in here, just like the Pepper Jack does. Really awesome stuff. This, again, is the pesto mix. Just going to kind of open up that just so people can have a little bit of an idea of what works there. This is awesome, awesome stuff. You can use it as, I'm just going to kind of stir it up so you can see. You can use it as a pasta mix. You can put some whole grain pasta or gluten-free pasta or legume-based pasta. This is really, really awesome stuff. Most people, if you give this to them, they will not even know it's plant-based. They basically use cashews instead of dairy. Honestly, cashews are not the healthiest nut in the world, but like I said, these are not things we eat on a daily basis. But once in a while, like I said, for fun, we like to do things like this, okay? So we're going to start off with Jack's. Oh, and of course, the ever-important, if you want to get a fantastic meat substitute, in our humble opinion, this is Gardein, first of all, a great company. Again, still a processed food, not incredibly healthy, but in our opinion, having a piece of sausage like this is much better than the real thing for many, many reasons. You can chop it up. You can put it on a sandwich. These are sold a lot of places. If you can't find them, you can look up Gardein. You can use a locator device, or you can order them online. These are about $4 or $5 a pack, and you get 6 of them, so less than $1 a piece. Very good. Again, really, like most plant-based things, no saturated fat, no cholesterol, tiny, tiny bit of saturated fat, too small to even register, but really, really good stuff. So I pre-microwave those just like with the potatoes pre-cooked there. I just cook them for a couple minutes on 50%. Not huge, lots of herbs and spices, really good stuff. Now how Jack likes his is he does not like his potatoes quite as crunchy as mine. So I take a little bit more of the fair looking ones here. This guy right here, he likes to actually just use the potato as the bread, which I think is an amazing idea. We're gonna put the piece of sausage on there. And what we did here is, this is tofu, and if you've never used tofu before, it's obviously amazing. I have the package in the fridge. Let's grab that real quick. We're gonna take a quick look, just so people know, a really, really, really good one. Always get extra firm. Extra firm high protein is the way to go. This block of tofu has 75 grams of protein and it only costs $2.19. Trader Joe's, of course, in my opinion, has the best. You can get lots of different ones. So when I take it out, I basically slice it up. Now what I did for Jack here, and this is kind of a fun thing to do, is you can take like any old glass like this and you kind of cut it out, and then that way it really looks more like an egg white. And what you can do is you can just kind of microwave that for a couple seconds. I'm going to microwave the whole entire sandwich just to like melt the cheese a little bit, so that'll get cooked with that. The majority of time, if you use tofu as an egg substitute, you can take the remainder, you can chop it up real small, use it as a tofu scramble. Again, you can chop up the sausage. So if you take the sausage and that, maybe some potatoes, peppers, whatever, you literally won't even be able to tell. So this is a little thick, but again, we're going to put that on there. And then he's going to do American cheese. So sometimes this cheese does stick together a little bit, so I like to use a little knife there. We're going to give him a piece of American cheese and just toss that right on top. And we're going to take another potato and put that on top. So we now have, this is Jack's version of the Hangry Herman's Herbivorous Hardcore Sunday morning sandwich. So we've got 2 hash browns, the plant-based Gardein sausage, tofu for the egg. We've got American cheese by Follow Your Heart, and the 2 Trader Joe's hash browns. We're going to take this whole thing and we're just going to microwave it together for a little bit, kind of, make sure everything's cool, do like a 30-second type of thing. And he's going to look at some different sauces. Now, he loves A1, obviously, pretty cool there. I can't say enough about Trader Joe's ketchup. I think it's the best ketchup in the world, very low in sugar, doesn't taste so sweet, pretty cool. Spicy brown mustard. This Follow Your Heart also makes a pretty amazing ranch. It is high in omega-3s. They use flaxseed oil, really, really cool. And then, of course, you could do like a buffalo sauce or hot sauce or something like that. Whatever your heart desires, okay? So we have this here. As you can see, this cheese melts pretty realistically. It's really fantastic cheese. So there is Jack's version. Totally awesome. And you said you want to put some A1 on the side there. Mm-hmm. We're going to pour some of that there. And really, really, really cool. Now, believe it or not, we've looked into this before. A1, even though it's a steak sauce, all the research that we've done shows it's actually plant-based. So that's pretty neat. Wouldn't think that. But, so, that's going to be Jack's. Okay, I'm going to set that over here. I'm going to do mine real quick. Now, for me, I really like using sprouted bread. I like bread on a sandwich. I don't have a problem with it. Again, Trader Joe's is one of the best in my opinion. It's about $3 for a loaf. Has multi-grain, all sprouted grains, which means that they're soaked and they're going to have more bioavailability, high in protein, low in carbs, high in fiber, low in fat, low in sugar, low in sodium. Great stuff for $3 a loaf. You can find a lot of different sprouted breads out there. For one this good, usually you're going to pay a lot more, which is why I like to go to them. Okay, for me, what I'm going to do is I pre-melted some of this cheese on here, and I'm going to go a little crazy to make a ridiculous sandwich. Now, one of the things I like to do first is I like to take this pesto, and I like to just put a little layer on either side of the bread, like that. And that's just really going to give it an awesome taste and a great sauce. I like that on my breakfast sandwiches. So that's the first thing to do. Secondly, I take my pre-melted Parmesan cheese hash browns here. I'm going to put one on either side. Again, we got a lot of leaves to rake. We need some energy, right? So then I'm going to take my sausage and put it on there, okay? Now, for me, as I said, I really like the chow cheese. There's not that much cheese on that sandwich. So I'm going to take a slice of the chow, cayenne tomato. Again, I forgot to keep the label. It basically has exactly the same nutrition, and it's very similar to the Follow Your Heart type of packaging and the same price. I'm going to throw that on there. Now, I already had some tofu from our previous meal. That's why I have the 2 little pieces as opposed to having like a big, huge slice. But as you can see, that fits on there fine. I'm going to take and close that. Now, that is a manly sandwich, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm going to take again. Now, for sprouted bread, especially if you're giving it to kids, like I said, it does have a lot of texture. You could see, you know, by looking at it, lots of whole grains and husks and things. Again, I'm going to take my sandwich. I'm going to microwave that for about, 20, 30 seconds. And that's going to be awesome. I will probably have to cut that in half. What I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to take over the camera here. I want Jack to dig in while his is hot. Go ahead over here, take a bite of that, and let us know how you like it. Before you do that, though, I have to say hi to Lacey, because she's been watching very patiently the whole time. Say hi, Lace. She always looking for scraps when we're cooking. That's our dachshund. She's awesome. So, Jack's dunking it. Yeah, that's how you really... We're not people that put so much sauce on sandwiches, man. We put it on a plate and dunk it. So how's that sandwich this morning, buddy?
It's good.
So when you eat something like tofu, being introduced to that as a young person, when you start to eat it and get introduced to it, I mean, how does it taste? Pretty much like having an egg white on there?
Tastes like an egg, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you really wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. Except the difference is no cholesterol, no saturated fat, lots of awesome protein, and of course, none of the estrogen that animal products contain. A lot of people really have a misconception that soy, offends estrogen receptors. However, it's a phytoestrogen, which is a plant estrogen. We, as Jack can tell you, are not plants, right? We are animals. So phytoestrogen really doesn't affect us. You have to have so much of it. You would have to eat pounds and pounds and pounds of tofu or drink gallons and gallons of soy milk in order to have any effect whatsoever. And so the research is out there. You can definitely do your own research there as well. But we've done that, and we think it's incredibly good and safe. So I'm going to eat my sandwich. So I got to put this camera down. We got to get out here. As you can see, these leaves. This is actually an area that doesn't have a lot, but we've got a lot out there in other areas. We're going to clean them up. And so, hey, happy holidays, everybody. We're going to chow down on our Hangry Herman Herbivorous Hardcore Sunday morning sandwiches. And say bye, Lace. She just wants a sandwich. Everybody have a great holiday, and I hope you enjoy this. And if you have any questions or anything, hit me up in the comment section. And have fun making nice, big, creative, plant-based sandwiches. I think you'll really enjoy it. Bye-bye.